What do you want me to say? Something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah. Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
It's the fucking Phil Fox Scorpion.
It's a move, man.
You fucking dummy. Ugh.
Well, then what the fuck? How is it racist?
Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless podcast. This will be for Wednesday, August 28th, 2019 of our Lord.
Savior.
Lord and Savior. As always, I'm your host, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and we have the two people that have co-hosted the most on this program at the same time. We have, let's do yours first. We have cocaine. And as always, we have the Masclot, a.k.a. Motown Philly, a.k.a. Philharmonic, a.k.a.
Filthy Fox, a.k.a. I'm from the Music City of the USA. I'm Nashville. I'm from Nashville.
Wow.
One more. I'm from
the same time.
From
that other one.
Nashville. All right. Anyways,
Nashville. Sorry.
So much to talk about.
That went great.
Yeah.
What an opener. Coming in hot.
All right. You're back in, Kane. We have so much to talk about. First, Dave Chappelle dropped his new special.
Yes.
Have you seen it, Philip?
No, I didn't even know that he dropped it.
Oh, my dude. I think it's my favorite special of Chappelle's all time.
Okay, so I just heard that HBO is like upset with him for some reason. Does it have anything to do with what he said in the special?
I haven't. Do you know what this
probably. He does mention. He mentions Michael Jackson documentary that aired.
Oh yeah.
And at one point he talks about how it was disgusting, and how it felt like. Also, he doesn't believe their stories.
Yeah, he says I'm what you.
Oh shit.
He says, "quote I'm what you call a victim blamer."
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So HBO's pissed, but otherwise we're fine with him.
That could be the only reason, I think, because I don't see how.
But even still, when he said that, did he bring it back around? And was it more potent than his last two that he just did?
Oh yeah,
or was it?
I think so.
This one he doubled down. It felt like, because it's called Sticks and Stones. He talks about it in his last two specials that came out, where he's like, everybody, the transgender community hates his guts, and he just was like, why is everybody turning into bitches? And then this one coming around, he talks about it again, but instead of reeling back, he goes full on.
Oh yeah.
And
wow.
I don't think he's trying to offend anybody, but he's definitely not trying to tiptoe around anybody's feelings. He's like, I don't have time for that.
I thought one of the most brilliant things he was talking about when he was on the Chappelle show. He got called in by what's it called, the people that
Standards and
Practices, and they were like, Dave, this is a funny skit, but you can't say the word faggot in this skit, and he was like, I can't say faggot, but you don't mind when I say the N-word? And she goes, well, that's because you're not gay. And he goes, yeah, I'm also not and he says the N-word. Dude, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
dude.
It's really great.
Dude, the whole special, it's like Patrice level. Like, I think, I told Sean that it's my favorite of his, and Sean watched it last night. I just talked to him. He was like, yeah. He goes, it's genius.
I'm loving it.
Even, are you saying even back to Live at the Fillmore and Killing Them Softly?
It is
even
my
better
favorite
than those
of
two?
his.
Killing Them Softly is by far my favorite Chappelle special. It's just fantastic. And but this one is great. Out of all of the Netflix specials, I have to agree with Jay. This one is by far the best one.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I will.
Also, I don't know if either of you know this. Tomorrow is my comedy anniversary.
Oh, was it 3 years?
Is that what is that? Does that mean anything?
1 week.
Do we count those? Are you one of those people?
When's your comedy anniversary? When's it
I
start?
don't count.
Yeah.
I don't count.
Yeah, I know
don't
you
need
don't,
to.
you dummy.
Just let
you don't
your
know how to
just let your
count.
funny
Do you know
fucking
how to
prove
spell
itself.
either?
Let your
Huh?
funny prove itself. Are you still doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You still trying to figure that out?
I mean, I made it I weaseled my
What?
way back on this podcast, baby.
Certainly did. Are we going to celebrate that a year from now?
Yeah.
No, because it's stupid. Don't celebrate your stupid comedy anniversary. I hate it. How long, Jay? What is it? Good for you. let's sing a song.
I mean, it's kind of taking the wind out of the sails now.
Aw, Jay. Was it 10?
11 years.
11 years?
8:28.
Oh, what a milestone.
It is.
So
It's
proud of himself.
It is. It's
8:28:08.
it's a decade.
I mean, I guess the major point of that is,
No, it was a decade. Now it's a decade plus one.
yeah. I think the most important thing is there's so many people out there that start comedy and then they just quit.
It's so weird.
You know?
Yeah. they go to a bunch of open mics and then
Here we
then
go.
you find yourself on a ferry boat with them and they're juggling their shoe after the show because they couldn't get any stage time.
Balloon
Oh,
animals.
so I guess they're multi-talented and they don't have to lean on just one fucking thing.
They're kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none.
That's fine.
Is that Popeyes you just drank? Did you go to Popeyes?
Yes. Okay. So here's what I want to talk
Oh,
about.
God.
Here's
Here
what I
we
want to
go,
talk about,
dude.
baby.
Yeah, fuck that thing.
So-
Fuck that anniversary thing.
Happy anniversary.
Fuck your
Jay.
fucking comedy
I might,
anniversary.
dude, should I put up my first time ever tomorrow?
Yes.
Never.
Please. Let me move the mic so everyone can see me. Oh my God, I hate it.
I should. You know what I should do is be like, since it's my anniversary, I'll put up a clip of my first time on stage, and I'll just have him announcing me, and then
Yes.
have it cut out.
Beautiful. He's fucking scared shit.
Hi, sailors. Hi, sailors. Oh, it's so brutal.
What do you have to say, Phil?
No, I love it. I love it. I want to see. I don't think I've ever seen your first
Are you
clip.
serious? Oh,
I don't. Nah, I don't. I've seen a clip of you in Boston, but I don't think that was your first clip.
was I wearing a blazer? Ugh.
Pink shirt.
I can't remember. It looked like there was like a fireplace behind you or something.
It might be that. All I know is, like when I showed Kane, I was like, "You have to take it in the other room. I can't see or hear it."
And what's funny
That's
about
funny.
it is you can maybe nowadays, especially since it's 2019 and everybody always wants to try and get at you for being tone deaf. He walks up there and he starts speaking and starts going like, "Hi sailors, hi sailors, it's good to see you," and then makes some reference about how he thought it would be funny to come up there and sound gay.
No. I go, "Hi, sailors." I did that like exactly how you said, and I go, "I'm not gay."
Right, yeah,
But I do love gay men.
So you could take that clip and you could say like, "Oh, Jay thinks being gay is a joke," but that's not why it's not funny. It's just not funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And did I ever tell you why I did that?
I don't remember, but
You're
I
like,
know.
I mean, is there any real good reason? No, it was because like I took that stand-up comedy class, right? And I remember the first thing Dana J. Bine, you know Dana, you know Dana too, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about
That's
from the
right.
moment you're introduced till the moment you grab the mic, as you're walking across, people are going to make all these assumptions about you. So I was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to throw him a curveball. I'm gonna make him think I'm gay, and then be like, nah, I'm not. You know, fucking, I don't know."
Oh, it's
I also remember when I go,
Oh, what a twist.
shut up. I mean, it's not Russian judges and me diving into my belly
Oh,
button,
man,
but
my favorite thing ever. You know why that joke is so funny?
10.
So Phil,
5.
for those
Fuck you, Russia!
For those listening or watching for the first time, Phil had a brilliant joke about how he would wade in a bathtub and then he would let the water from the bathtub
Do it
pool.
for us, Phil.
Go ahead, Phil. I don't want to butcher
Oh,
it.
I actually, I actually did add some tags onto that joke recently too.
You still do it?
I did it recently. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
just I messed with it and I put on some extra shit to it.
Fuck you, Russia!
Yeah,
Did you put any humor
I think
in
I
it?
said I can't remember how I got into it the other day,
Didn't
but I
even hear.
said I have I got a deep belly button, you know. I was exploring myself, and you know, I looked down. I got a little deep belly. It's extraordinarily deep. It's very deep. I get so deep. I
So
feel
you
like when I
added to the
put
setup.
my fingers in my belly button, I could just
Jesus.
push them right out my asshole.
What?
Oh,
That's what you
where'd you
added?
guys go? Oh, there we go. Hello. All right.
Do the judging part though, real
technical
quick. Just
difficulties.
do it for us, real
Anyway,
quick.
and then
Do the judging part. Real quick.
Okay, Jason. And then I just say, I'm soaking in the bathtub, and I notice that my belly button has a little pool of water in it, and it's like a miniature bathtub within the bathtub. And that's when I just like to go like this, and I take my fingers and I run them on my belly, and I go, dun 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 dun, dun dun dun
You're
dun
such a
dun,
fucking idiot.
splash. And I put my fingers in my belly button. I go, judges, 10, 10, 10, 5. Fuck you, Russia!
But it used to be fuck you. Was it fuck you, grandpa? Fuck you, mom?
Well, and so now I go, fuck you, Russia, and I go, Russia is my my roommate Carlos, and I'm like, Carlos, hold on, I forget the
Carlos,
tag now.
which is a
Hispanic
name, is the
Yeah.
Russian judge.
Yeah, why not? I don't know.
Oh my God!
I love that you're just like, why think any of this out?
Yeah.
Let's just fucking.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
funny.
fine,
Like,
my
I-
roommate's
You're like the judge is
okay,
Vladimir. Fuck
Boris,
you, Mexico.
Fine, his name's Boris. See,
There you
that's
go.
why I need you guys around. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
roommate Boris. Russia is played by my roommate Boris.
Boris.
Why? Okay,
Boris.
okay, go on. So what does that do to the joke?
And then I was gonna
does it
say,
do to it?
I was gonna say, Boris, why are you so critical? Why do you always have to give me such criticism? I mean, it's supposed to be a good symbiotic relationship here, and you're always cutting me down. And also, if it's mellow, leave it yellow, and if it's brown, flush it down.
Wow. My God. You are.
Where's the part that you added?
You are. By the way, it's my favorite joke to watch Phil do because it's so memorable in that when it bombs, oh, is it funny? And when it does well, it's still not doing that well.
Oh, that's mean.
He's been trying to
That's
work
so
on it.
mean.
Are you back? Are you coming back? Are you back in the stand-up now?
I will say those tags didn't do anything the one and only
'Cause
time
people
I
are
did
probably
them.
going,
But
Russia,
well, I figured they'd be. I
Carlos?
figured what they're going to be thinking is, yeah, what is he doing in the bathroom?
No, they're thinking, why is this Russian judge named Carlos?
And also,
Okay.
why is he doing that in
Well,
the bathroom? Why don't you
yeah.
just take a shower like a normal human being?
Yeah.
I'm taking a bath.
I know.
And-
I know. I know.
Oh, I see. What?
Just
Okay.
take a shower like an
Jesus
adult, you fucking
Christ.
idiot.
So Popeyes.
Well, Kane, you can have it. Have the podcast. I don't want it. I'm out. Fuck both of you. See you later. I resign.
I don't want to attack Phil.
oh fuck!
I miss you
You have
too.
to make up time for
Yeah, that's a
fucking.
good point.
All right. So let me
Oh,
let me
dude,
just
and
say.
then one other thing. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You got the floor.
All right. So this is where I went.
You went
today.
to Popeyes to do a Coke comparison.
No. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Popeyes has come out with a
Chicken?
brand new chicken sandwich.
All right.
Okay.
Did you do the taste test? Or
I
compare?
went and got just before we started. I got the spicy chicken sandwich,
Which I hear is the
and
best one.
and the original chicken sandwich. And yes, they are both delicious.
Better
Delicioso.
than Chick-fil-A?
Delicious.
Better than Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, dude.
Really? You know,
Yes.
El Presidente, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, he did a blind taste test of Chick-fil-A's, Popeyes, and Wendy's. He ate Wendy's first, Popeyes second, and Chick-fil-A third. So he ate Wendy's first, and he was like, I give that like a 7. Then he ate Popeyes, and he was like, I give that like a 7.5. Then he did Chick-fil-A, and he was like, that one, 100%. That one is so far above. And then he took off his blindfold to see, and he looked at the Popeyes. He goes, Popeyes is talking shit to Chick-fil-A. He's like, this is 100% better.
Oh, wow.
No way. I
his-
can't see it. The fucking the chicken is so crispy. The pickles are cut thicker and they're wider, so you get more pickle in your chicken sandwich. If you like mayo, the original one has the mayo. I like mayo. And then the hot one is just it got all that spicy sauce on it. And that brioche bun, baby, it gives you that sweet doughy bite. Oh,
Have you had one?
And it's like
Me
crust,
neither.
little crusty around the rim. Oh my god!
I just had Chick-fil-A for the first time a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
And Chick-fil-A is
There's
like, it's good. I mean, I'm sure
It's not that crispy. It's not that crispy.
it's fine.
good.
I mean, like when I had Chick-fil-A the first time, I was like, yeah, it's a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what. And I'm sure I'll enjoy the Popeyes one whenever I finally get one, but there's fucking lines everywhere.
It's bringing the nation together, man. It's bringing the nation together because guess what? When I went to Popeyes, I went through the drive-thru. There was literally 15 cars waiting
Yeah.
in line to get through the Popeye, and I've never seen.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
I didn't know a chicken sandwich could just get the whole nation going. I mean, that's all you have to do to get more business than you've ever had in your entire history of you being open for business. Hey, you know what? We have the same shit that you've always been eating.
same shit?
We just added a goddamn bun.
But you're actually creating havoc with this chicken sandwich because nobody gets along in a line.
Yeah.
People hate standing in line for things.
Well, and this is even before this chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I had a joke I was trying to work on. I was like, you know what's one thing you never hear at Popeyes? That was a pleasant experience.
And that's the thing too. They're nicer. I don't know
What?
if they've
What do you
totally
mean they?
restructured.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The employees of Popeyes, Jay, are nicer.
Then-
They are completely
what?
nicer than they used to be.
What did they used to be?
The employees at Popeyes are nicer than they used to be.
They.
Used to.
I don't know how to. I'm not going to sit here and take 20 minutes to explain the fucking employees'
Right.
demeanor. But anyway, yeah,
call
I
them?
don't know. The lady outside was just like all
they
happy to
Mexican?
see me.
Demeanor. They used to be
Juanita
nicer.
walked up to me.
Come on.
She said, "You wanna or need a chicken
Did
sandwich?"
you hear him?
What? No,
Oh God, it's fucking
the audio
brilliant.
sucks.
You said demeanor, and I was like, oh, I thought they used to be nicer.
It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Fuck, I'm so bad. I didn't
Yes.
think of it. I went.
I
for
think it was
racist.
still
Do you
funny the
mind?
second time
Yeah.
around.
Huh?
It was still funny the second time around.
Yeah.
I liked it.
All right. So you.
So anyway, yeah, you guys haven't. So I guess the second part is you don't have an opinion because you both haven't tried it.
No, and I'm sure
That's
I'll
that surprises
enjoy
me,
it, but
Jay. I figured
Why is that?
as soon as there's a special or coupon for something at Popeyes, I figured you'd be there before they open.
Yeah, he knows your demeanor towards food.
He's being real demeanor to me. All right.
You're a hungry guy, Jay. You're a hungry guy.
Yeah.
You like your delicacies. Why do you gotta look at me like that? It's true. You like to enjoy the spicier things in life, or maybe just the regular things in life,
So you're saying I have multiple sandwiches?
I think you got a lot going on.
Oh, Phil. Do we have our? Did you want to get to our mail?
Yes. No, Jay, I think
okay.
I wanted to ask. I wanted to go over one other thing with you
yeah,
guys
for sure.
I just heard about these things, and I just saw them for the first time just a few days ago, and it kind of blew my mind. Have you guys
can't
seen?
wait.
Have you guys seen one of these fucking?
Transgenders?
Wait, what? We got the one thing that I hate is I can't.
You hate
the quality-
transgender people?
No,
You hate
No.
transgender
They blew
people?
my mind, and
Holy
now I hate
shit.
them.
You hate transgender
Breaking
people?
no.
news.
Go ahead. What did you say?
I said transgender people.
Yeah.
And then you said you hate transgender people.
No, I said I would fuck one, and you wouldn't. So let's talk about who doesn't like them now.
Them?
You idiot. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. What blew your mind?
have you guys seen one of these deep fake videos?
Yeah.
What I know I have. What is the deep fake videos?
Like the Bill Hader interviews with Conan
they
and
put somebody's face
Letterman,
over
where
the
his
thing,
face
right?
starts changing to fucking Arnie or Tom Cruise.
Yes, they're great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're great.
I was like, what the? At first, I didn't even notice that it was really changing, and then I was like, holy shit! It looked seamless. You know what I mean? It didn't look just like a phony computer shit or whatever. You know what I mean?
Can we try something real quick? Because I know what he's talking about. Bill Hader went on Conan a long time ago, and he did some impressions. He does Pacino and Schwarzenegger, and they put the faces on the guy. So can we try and do this? And I want to see if this guy will pick this video up. Phil, will you do your best Pacino and Schwarzenegger, and then we'll put it out there and see if somebody will deep fake that on and put those guys' face on your face?
You are the master of impressions.
yeah, I certainly am.
Just like your comedy.
I don't do a Pacino. I'm sure Kane does a Pacino. Kane does more impressions than I do.
I don't do any impressions. What do you got? Hit me with your...
Yeah, bullshit. Maybe you don't anymore, but you used to, Kane. I know you.
I want to hear your Pacino, or at least your attempt at a Pacino.
I've never even tried a Pacino, I don't think. I think it's just like... isn't Pacino just like... fucking...
Do that for...
What's with the arms?
What is something he says? What's the fucking thing he says?
Great ass, and your head's all the way up it.
Yeah. So say that.
Or what's the thing that he says in the Quiet the Woman movie? The Scarlet movie with woman or something? Son of a Woman. What does he say in that movie?
He says hoo-ah a lot.
Oh yeah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah. Okay, there you go.
Does he have like an affliction with his shoulders and arms?
Yeah, he's blind.
Yeah. Well, he ran into a door jam. I don't know. Hoo-ah!
This is a great.
When he was walking past it, he was hoo-ah.
Pretty good.
He had to get a sling.
Oh, by the way,
I don't know.
Phil, I was telling a comic, and I think this is probably both of our favorite story ever of you, Phil. I was telling a comic about your time doing stand up at Nate Jackson's room. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Oh,
best thing ever.
So
what? Why do you preface it like it's just the worst thing that ever
not
happened?
At all. It was the best thing ever.
It was the best.
So for those listening,
okay.
Phil did a guest spot, right? Like 5 minutes, Phil. Oh, he's hitting his vape.
Yes,
all
yes.
Right. And Nate's room at the time, this was predominantly black room. I think, were you the only white comic on the lineup?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, Phil
I can't remember. It's been a while, but but either way, there's one or maybe two guys that would that were Caucasian.
All right.
that would be on the lineup.
So Phil walks on the stage. He gets introduced. Nate brings him up. Phil Fox. So Phil walks up, rubber chicken in hand, and opening line to this predominantly black audience. Hey, you guys like chicken? That's the first thing he fucking says.
Yeah.
And then and you could see the audience be like they were talking, and then they're just like, wait, what the fuck this motherfucker
like a record scratch? Rip, 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 rip.
Yeah. And then Phil goes, you know, my favorite part of the chicken is. And then he reaches into the hollow rubber chicken and pulls out an actual drumstick that you use on a drum kit and goes, the drumstick. And then he goes into the mic.
The best part, because what's great about that is not just the scenario that happens for this story, but thinking about you at home. Or you like walking through Safeway or something, and then you walk by and you're like, oh, I didn't know they had rubber chickens at where there's like the magazine and the coloring books and the mops and shit. You probably go, oh fuck, a rubber chicken. So you grab that and some glasses that are shaped like hearts. and then you went home and you had a drumstick left over from some failed band you started a long time ago, and you were like, You had it. So then,
Why did it have to be something that failed?
are you currently in a band right now?
I was never in a band, and if I was, it wouldn't have failed.
Okay. So anyway, you have.
So then why the fuck did you have a drumstick?
did you picture the drumstick and then go to like a Guitar Center or something and pick up that drumstick later? I mean, how did you assemble all these things?
Yeah, I'll explain everything after your cool little,
Right.
assumption story is
then
over.
I imagine him going, well, I do have this show, Nate Jackson show. This would be perfect. I go up and I'll ask the audience, and he's right in front of a mirror.
Oh.
So he's practicing in front of a mirror, and he's like, do you guys like chicken? No, I don't know if that's... Hey, do you guys like chicken? And he's just going over how to say it, and then he goes, the best part of a chicken...
Did you wait before you continue? Before that, were you like, let me try some other openers? You guys like watermelon? Were you doing shit like that?
And there's like a watermelon
Jesus
pillow
Christ.
that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't pull anything out of a watermelon.
Seeds and stuff.
Knowing you would probably still say drumstick. People would be like, what the fuck?
Maybe you could pull out the seeds and stems.
I really liked it. That's really funny.
Thank you.
I just like the idea of him also reaching into the hollow point to pull the drumstick out and it not coming out. So him just struggling to get it out, and then at one point,
what the fuck are you doing, Phil?
At one point, he goes and grabs it, and then it falls out of the hole, and he's like, fuck! And so he practices it and practices it and practices it. It's a lot like that scene in The Prestige where Christian Bale goes, now, the life you have to live outside the stage, now that's the magic trick. So I feel like that's what you're like, only a worse version of it.
Yeah, and much like The Prestige, this fucking bit came from when I used to do magic and juggle years before I ever even did stand-up. I probably came up with it when I was like 14 or 15 years old.
What just happened? Did you just
stroke? I had a stroke.
What the fuck just happened? Holy shit!
When I was 14 or 15 years old.
Whiplash.
And no, I wasn't at the fucking grocery store. I went to.
Is this Trump? Hey, you do impressions.
I was at the store. At the store.
Do it. Let's hear it.
It wasn't at a grocery store. I was at a juggling store. It was one of the best juggling stores that's ever been around or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I was at a juggling and magic shop where you buy shit like that. I bought a rubber chicken. My buddy that I used to juggle with, he was a drummer, so he had fucking drumsticks sitting around his house. Does that answer your question? And then after that, that's when we fucking That's when we came up with that fucking bit.
I love it.
And I would do that on stage, and then I was like, oh, this would be a good opportunity to do this bit because I think it's absurd and, over the top, and I think that it's such a bold choice that nobody would ever expect you to say something so blatant like that.
So blatant what?
I don't think a room full of black people would think that a white guy would ever be stupid enough to come out and be like, hey, who here likes my chicken? And I decided that I wanted to be that guy.
Jesus.
And who am I to presume that anybody in that room actually likes chicken? I mean, they can like whatever they want. That audience.
That audience? Like those people? Whoa, dude.
The audience that was present that night can like whatever can enjoy whatever cuisine that they want. Maybe it's shrimp. Maybe
my God, shrimp?
What? Yeah, like Bubba Gump.
Oh my God.
It's worse.
Just double down.
Or fettuccine or fucking, whatever. Fettuccine or maybe spaghetti, ravioli, rigatoni, tacos.
Are these
enchiladas.
Names?
What?
Are these names?
Of Russian people?
That was good.
I think I used to date fettuccine.
Fuck you, fettuccine!
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
God.
I love you.
All right. What's our males? What's our males?
Okay. All right.
You want to do this thing, the intro? You'll love it. It's very original.
On that note, Oh, well, it is actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time to get into our next segment.
Can we get into it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Here we go. I was just trying to. I was trying to get prepped, get set, ready, steady.
Jesus
and go.
Christ!
It's not okay. It's not
okay.
a bag.
Wait, what's
What?
not okay?
No, I was doing it.
Oh, okay.
You interrupted
All
me.
right, go.
Okay. It's.
Oh my
Are
god.
you having a stroke? What is wrong with you?
This is like
I think I went retarded.
Whoa!
Oh, I can't say that word. Oh,
No,
shit.
I think you can.
Yeah.
You can.
It takes one to know one.
That was the
Okay.
joke. Fucking
God, Phil.
All right. No, I was trying to say it back to you. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to
Getting
you.
into this segment, it's like trying to merge onto the highway, but there's too much traffic.
Well, that's the end of the podcast. We've run out of time.
Yeah, okay. It's not a
What the fuck? Are you trying to play something?
it's a bag. Yeah, no, okay, here we go. It's not a bag of tricks, it's a bag of mail. When our listeners write in, they make me want to wail. It's the worthless mailbag. All right, that's the best I'm going to get today.
Fuck, he's never done that before.
That was new.
And
You've
never
got
will
mail.
happen again.
Were you freestyling or did you write that?
No, he definitely was reading that.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't read that. I wrote it.
So
but
Yeah,
you
I don't
wait,
think
wait,
it went
wait.
as well as
Wait.
it did earlier today.
You caught that, right? He goes, no, I didn't read that. I wrote that. And then you just read it, right?
And then and then I put it in my memory box in my head, Jay, where my mushy parts are. Oh, fuck.
I loved it.
What? You show him the original one that was very unique.
All right. Yeah, the original one is, you've got mail.
All right, I like
Okay.
Kane's idea.
It's not a bag of tricks. It's a bag
No.
of mail.
No.
No, that's not it.
It's the Phil Fox mailbox.
Oh yeah, that's a very good one
Yeah.
too. I'm trying to not always interject my name into every single segment, but
Sorry.
I guess it's whatever. Okay. Anyway, we got some emails, you guys.
Yes.
I'm very excited. Thank you for writing us. We just keep on doing it. Keep on writing us. You guys, you can write us stuff to debate. Maybe you want us to debate about something. Maybe you want to have us give you some advice on something that's going on in your life. Maybe you want to just continually come at me with insults, and that's fine too. And praise Jay. So if you would like to send us something, please do. That's at hwppod@gmail.com. That's hwppod@gmail.com. Our first
And that's the end of the
email.
segment.
It's for new listeners too, Jay. Maybe
I
don't.
know. Go ahead.
Come on,
Phil.
think of the other person on the other side of the mic, Jay. Think of the
much
person
have you
who's
missed, Phil?
listening to this in their ears right now, Jason. I mean, come on, kid.
Is that your Katharine Hepburn? It's very simple, Norman. You just bend over and pick them.
Maybe it's the first time somebody's ever listened to a podcast before. And if it is, they just turned it off. Okay. All right. Our first one comes from Scott.
Scott.
To the Guinness guzzling gorilla and juggling jackoff.
I bet this is Scott Sandry.
It's not.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Glad to see the old duo is back together. And the production value, what quality. You should have Phil talk about his early career in showbiz before comedy.
Nah.
It's nice.
What's the
it's
next
nice
one?
that he said showbiz. The magic will be great for a podcast.
Nah.
Hope all is going well. You guys picked up right where you left off.
Aw.
Scott. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that.
Does that make you feel
I don't
good,
know.
Phil, though, hearing that?
Sure. Well, I'm happy to hear that you find the podcast is high production quality. That's nice, considering we don't really do hardly any editing or
I love the we
Have a-
put in there.
Excuse me, Jay. I take care of my tracks on my side. I do
Yes,
mess
you hit
around with a little
record,
bit.
and then you hit stop, and then you hit send.
I don't. No, I don't. I take out some of the background noise. I do, enough to make it, sound a little bit crisper
Okay.
for the listener.
All right, go on.
Is that
Okay.
Is that the end of it, or there's more?
That was the end of that email, yes.
What I love about that email
Yes.
is that this dude, Scott, has been holding on for years. When I came aboard and took over for you, he wasn't having it. He was not appreciative.
Where do you get that? Why
Because
do you say that?
I've never heard from Scott.
But me and you never advertised his email in.
That's a good point. However,
I love that you're making up this story that you're like, you know what? Fuck Scott.
No, not fuck Scott, not at all. What I love about Scott is that there's no, like, in Scott's world, he doesn't know I'm not coming back on the show, and yet he still sends in an email that's like, you know who I miss and now I'm so glad is back on the show. I find 10 times more interesting is Phil Fox, the mailbox.
Oh,
It's hard. It's hard to take. I know.
But
I know.
I just love that guy's a Phil Fox fan.
Oh.
You don't hear about Phil Fox fans other than comedians. Because I'm a Phil Fox fan.
Oh yeah.
And I agree with Scott.
Liquor
I think
stores. Phil Fox fans.
cops.
It's Phillips brand.
Oh, by the way, you don't know. He doesn't know about Bill Wolf. Did I tell you about Bill Wolf?
Mm-mm.
Bill Wolf is Phil Fox's cousin.
Yeah.
So all these crazy stories we hear, it's his cousin, Bill Wolf.
Like any kind of drug infested stories and shit like that. That dude tells me so much.
You know.
Right, William Wolf.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I remember Will.
Willie Wolf.
So if you know when you're here and if you hear anything come up about those crazy stories, it's Bill Wolf. And sometimes Phil likes to tell Bill's story almost like first person, so he'll slip sometimes.
I like that. Can we do a segment of old Bill Wolf stories?
Oh yeah. Oh,
I would love a segment of old Bill Wolf stories.
Maybe after we're done with our mailbag.
Sure. No, I'm not saying.
Ooh,
right
look at
now.
that
Damn,
daggers he just
all
shot
right.
at you.
Jesus.
Fucking Phil takes
Hey,
control.
man.
I love it. All right, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, you're the fan
I'm just
favorite.
fucking with you. Yeah. Well, so I guess we didn't really go over what Scott said, but he wanted to hear a story about fucking
Your old days in showbiz.
Yeah, the showbiz. I don't. That's awfully nice of him to say the word showbiz and anything that has to do with me. But yeah, I don't
believe
really
he
have
means no biz.
Burn, bitch.
Yeah. I just
Maybe
used to
talk
be a
about your
children's
juggling.
entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were you like is there a ranking system for professional jugglers?
If you were to, I guess, like anything else, do a contest or a tournament, but I never did anything like that.
Out of all the things you can do, which one would you feel comfortable going on America's Got Talent with?
Sure, and that's something that crosses my mind all of the time.
He could be an assistant to a magician.
He could get Simon Cowell's coffee.
Yeah.
If I could imagine going on America's Got Talent, I would probably do some type of a juggling comedy act. It would definitely be juggling involved, and definitely some kind of self-deprecating, sarcastic comedy that went along with it, because that's what I truly enjoy doing.
I would love to be able to watch you do the trick where you hang a pool stick from a ceiling.
Hilarious.
Oh God!
I can do that as long as people give me the fucking time to make it work.
You have to tell the story now for those listening.
Yeah, let's get through the mailbag and then tell it.
I like it, Kane. Great job bringing it back around.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so our next email, I'm pretty sure we're good with this one. It says this is from a recurring fan. Somebody's written in before. He says, "Hey lads, still loving the." I should say Kevin. Sorry, Kev. We'll say Kev. Sorry.
Oh man, you know Kane knows Kev. Kev is a ski
Okay.
addict.
Kev is a ski addict. Yeah, I love Kev.
Yeah. Hey lads, still loving the reincarnation.
Wait, real quick, Phil. You'll love this. What's his email? What's his username?
I'm not gonna say fucking guy's email on the thing.
Don't say the end of it. What's it say though? You said it once before on the podcast. You tried to read it.
I think he is sending it from a different email this time.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
I could look up the other one and see what he sent for us.
That's okay.
Oh no, but you're right though. There was something about him being a ski addict or something like that.
And you were like Kevis, Kia, Dict.
Hey lads, still loving the reincarnation of HWP with Phil.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
But Phil should never give dating or present advice unless he screens it through Sean first.
Oh, God. Dating or what advice?
I should never give present or dating advice unless I screen it through Sean first.
Yes. So on the last
He
one,
goes, he goes, that whole one present, two holiday thing is just embarrassing. Sean's impromptu poem was top notch. Thinking further, neither of you have had long-term relationships. Need to find guests that have had and can pass along golden nuggets. Do not want any young listeners to get bad advice. Have a good day. You know what, Kev? You know what? I'm a little upset with you. I gotta say. I mean, come on. Me giving bad advice? I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm only giving what I think and what has worked for me. And long-term relationship, buddy. I just got out of a 5-year relationship. That's half of a fucking decade. I mean, really, that's like a sixth of my life. So it's a long term. That was long term for me. Okay,
so,
and we ended amicably.
So
come on, give me more
Kane
credit
doesn't
where credit's
know.
due.
His dating advice on the last show is he said, what you do is you give, let's say it's Christmas. Imagine, okay, we're gonna put you in this scenario, Kane. Okay. You're with Kelsey, right? Your wife now.
Yeah, it's my wife.
And let's say it's you've been dating. It's not your wife currently. It's your girlfriend, but you've been dating 3 or 4 years.
Why can't it be?
Okay, it's your wife. It's your wife. Christmas comes up, and you get her a gift. That you get her like what's a concert she would love to see or something.
Incubus, or
perfect.
Red Hot
All right.
Chili Peppers.
You get her tickets to see Red Hot Chili Peppers and Incubus. First time they've been together on Valentine's Day.
Cool.
So you give her those tickets to her on Christmas, and you go, "Hey, here you go. Yeah, this will be for February 14th." I'm giving it to you today on Christmas. You see where this is going?
Yeah.
And then
No, you're making it sound like shit. She's gonna open that fucking gift and be like, "Oh my god, you got me these tickets," and you're like, "Yeah, baby, and look, it's on Valentine's Day. We got something to do." And then she's looking forward to it. She's looking forward. It's getting closer, and then Valentine's Day happens, and you go do the present that you gave on Christmas, and that's the present on Valentine's Day. You don't have to go do anything else. You don't owe her any other you're doing the fucking gift. You don't owe her another gift.
So it's a 2-for-1.
Right.
Yes, it's a 2-for-1 gift. Brilliant.
Now, actually, I will say that I see where your head's at because I'm a very big believer in Valentine's Day is complete horseshit. I don't think it's a real holiday.
Okay, here, let me give you the same scenario, but the date isn't her Valentine's. It's her birthday.
Yeah. Then the scenario does not work. You still have to get another gift on their birthday.
No, that's bullshit.
Because,
then you know
because I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing because you're saying that okay, Christmas time, here's a gift, but this also covers me for the rest of the year, which is not how it works.
Not the rest of the year, just the next following thing.
It's as if you're at work and you handed in one assignment and you're like, I'm done, going on vacation. Yeah. You can't do that. So you need our fourth quarter numbers. Here you go. These are our fourth quarter numbers, but I dated it for our second quarter. So here you go. Right. So and now look, I'm not. I grew up with an uncle who didn't believe in giving gifts, so he would like let's go do stuff. So that's how I try and treat it now. Where I do like the idea of giving tickets to go to a thing. But
so let's specifically take Kelsey, and what would she say? What would she say when the actual birthday. Let's say it was her birthday. Let's say you gave her the tickets on Christmas and her birthday was January 27th.
I would love you just being like, "Hey, remember fucking Christmas?"
And it's her birthday and you're like, "Hey, January 27th. This is the day's the concert. We have something to do for your birthday." What would she say? What would her reaction be? But where's my other present?
No, she wouldn't.
That's going to make her sound like a greedy little
Whoa.
Pooper.
Very good. No, so here's the thing: you gotta. I mean, dude, it's her birthday, so make a whole day out of it. Do dinner, do flowers, do candy or whatever. Birthday cake. It's her birthday. So
hopefully it's a weekday. You had to wake up early and go to work.
And that's the thing, man, is that I'm not completely against Phil's ideology here because,
well, but all of us though, me and you and Phil. I would say all of us and Sean as guys, we don't give a fuck about birthdays. When my birthday's coming up, I'm not like, oh, I wonder what Kane or Phil's going to get me. I did this. I barely caught yours, like a birthday at night, and I think you missed mine by a day. But I don't give a fuck. No. It's just another day, you know.
Right. But I missed Valentine's Day. Last year, and I went on a fucking tirade about it because we were traveling, and I don't think about the holiday like I would her birthday or Christmas. So it just left my head. And then I'm sitting in the airport at Burbank, and I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I see, oh fuck, it's fucking Valentine's Day. God damn it. So I get there, and I don't have anything for her. So I tell her, well, I'll buy dinner, but that wasn't good enough because I didn't think about Valentine's Day, and I went on a complete and total tirade. Now,
maybe this system will work for you.
No, I'm sorry, but shouldn't dinner be enough? Shouldn't dinner be enough?
You would think dinner would be enough, but I didn't think about it.
I think so because you're giving your time, you're spending money on the other person, and I get that sometimes when you get to a certain point in your relationship, it could be one way or the other. Maybe it's a custom that you always take care of the bill, but other times in relationships that I've been in, it's always very down the middle, and I think that's fair, and generally the person I'm with thinks it's fair too because I believe in women power and they believe in women power, and so they believe in paying for themselves because I can't afford to be with any other. Have the money, I can't afford to be with any other type of women.
Exactly. No, but see, so people who are listening who want genuine advice, my advice, no matter how you feel, is it's not about
don't get in a relationship, and or if you're in a relationship and it's their birthday or it's Valentine's Day, unless you have somebody in your life who genuinely just goes, don't get me anything or don't do anything, I don't like that. But for the most part, we live in a society where showing, it's not the gift, it's the act of doing something for them. So yeah, sure, you got them a big gift for Christmas that also can be attributed to Valentine's Day or their birthday. Does not matter. That day still exists outside of... People have short memories. So even though you are going to the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, make sure you pick up a cake and some flowers. Oh, and also, actually, I got a way to fucking open your eyes to this, Phil. You ready?
Also, save your money and stop drinking. You fucking
Phil, you're checked out, haven't you?
No, I'm not. I'm here. I'm with you. Go ahead.
This is how I can open your eyes to it. Somebody does this to you.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
So on Christmas, you get a gift that's basically dated for your birthday.
Yeah.
And your birthday comes up.
And this woman wakes up and
you would be like,
See,
no.
This is why this was my idea because I'm the one that's thinking outside the box. Nobody would do this to me because nobody.
That didn't answer my question, though. How would you
nobody's
react?
this skeezy. I'm this skeezy. I'm a terrible person, and I'm specifically giving this dating advice out to all of the poor sleazeballs of the world.
Oh my God.
That can't afford 2 gifts. And just want to get away with giving 1.
And okay,
that's all.
And so if somebody did it to you, what would your reaction be?
Fine. You know what? The segment is going to be called Sleazy Dating Tips with Phil Fox.
All right. Then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But you were trying to make it sound like it was like this is a great
this is genius.
Tip.
As a guy who, and I like how you're when you say, oh, I just got out of a relationship. That's like somebody sending an email being like, well, I'm sorry that you don't like the business that I gave you, but here's a list of references of people who do. And it's just like, oh, no, you have a problem with me right now.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
All right.
Well, and then we're getting close on time, but we did run out.
We can go long. You can go longer, right?
As long as I am out by, we can go like another half hour or so.
Well, I was just gonna say we do have another one, but I just want to. I want to explain.
Yeah, thank you, Kev.
Yeah, thank you, Kev. Appreciate it.
Kev is
and yeah, if you know what, if I'm going to give crappy dating advice, I'll preface it by saying it's going to be crappy first, okay? Yeah. But it's crappy on purpose.
Okay. You're very Trumpish.
Purpose.
Yeah. You're a loser. She doesn't deserve one on her birthday.
It's trash advice for trash people. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. They're deplorable. Okay. So. All right.
Oh boy.
I laugh at some weird things sometimes.
Oh,
I'll say that.
Okay.
I laugh at some weird things, and I think it sounds when you listen to the podcast, it sounds a lot worse than what you're led to believe, because it could be literally about spatulas, and Jay will say something like, "The fuck? What did you say about spatulas? No, you didn't. No, you didn't." And then I will like laugh because it's so ridiculous. And then Jay will take the mic and pull it down to his fucking knees, so you can't hear him laughing at how hard I'm laughing. That makes me sound like a psychopath. But it's only because Jay is purposely trying to make me sound like a psychopath, and he's getting a kick out of watching me
squirm,
go psycho, which makes me in turn laugh even harder, and because I know what he's doing.
Is this an email?
And or he emailed in himself. Yeah. And or you just said something without thinking.
Yeah.
And what happened
which
was,
I do all the time.
You do that all the time. We all do it. And when you do it, you shock us into an unbelievable state of mind where there's no way you had that in your head. It went through the filter process, and your brain said, "Yeah, that's fine." And then you shoot it out there. Then you see his or mine or both of ours reaction to what you just said, and that is what makes you laugh. As you realize, based on how we are reacting, that, oh my God, yeah, I said something that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then you start spiraling out of control, which then, yes, of course, in turn makes us laugh. Or maybe it doesn't. Who knows?
Yeah. So what was the email? Do you want to read that email?
Well, I don't want to actually read it, but I was just going to say that no, it's fine, but I'm just going to say that like they referenced some stuff in the email that has to do with like when I used to be on the podcast, and really those episodes aren't even available anywhere anymore. So I kind of feel like it's irrelevant, but I just want to say that I'm not a psycho, and these are jokes, man. This is a comedy podcast. If you think I'm offensive and want to mute me or cancel me, then don't listen. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I don't think I'm really I'm a lover. I love everybody. I don't think ill of anybody or anything, any ideas or concepts or anything like that. So
right.
Yeah, I said it.
You guys like chicken?
I said it. Anyway, yeah. So let me just say that for any, and this can always be referenced now from this point forward. If somebody fucking thinks I'm crazy, I'll just say, man, listen back to the fucking explanation.
And if we,
twat.
Depending on how this comes out, if we have video, then they can see, like when me and Kane are just like, what the fuck?
Right. Anyway, I hate that we have to explain it. It kind of takes away some of the magic, I think, like explaining the trick. You do magic. You're not supposed to explain the trick, You're supposed to do the trick, and then somebody's supposed to go, whoa, dude, like, how'd you do that, man? And then you're like, oh, well, I'll tell you how I did it. And they're like, oh, that's not a school anymore, And that's what's going to happen here on the podcast. If every time we have to sit here and, explain oh, man.
Oh, fuck. Here's one thing that Kane and I were talking.
Carlos.
What are you doing
Get
in
out
here?
of here.
Yeah. Carlos from Moscow. Fucking.
Oh my God.
I love that you thought the people didn't get the joke because what was it? and it's not that they're fucking going, why is there a Carlos from Russia?
But just why is this man in the bathroom with you?
Because literally, yeah, I think I was just trying to think of a silly name, and I didn't think of my mind is pretty simple, so it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
You got us there.
That should say everything you need.
So back us
right
into
there.
a corner, logic-wise.
Yeah. Kane and I yesterday were talking for about 20 minutes.
I will say. I'm sorry. Just to wrap that up.
Oh, yeah.
I won't get completely into the email. I'll just say that it just referenced how I was laughing last week. I think it was last week when I talked about the human stampede and how I stepped over a person.
Stepped over?
And it wasn't that one. It wasn't even that one. I'm sorry. It was another thing. I think it was about when the guy punched the woman that worked at the comedy club, and I started losing it.
What?
And I was laughing. When you were at the show the other night, you did a show a month ago or whatever, and a dude that was sitting up front walked back into the back kitchen and then just punched that woman. And then I started losing it, and I was laughing, but I wasn't laughing that she got punched. I was laughing because of exactly what we just explained ended up happening, and that's what ended up making me laugh really hard. So it's not that I like to laugh at such cruel things towards people, but anyway, I think I answered their question, and hopefully that suffices. But anyway, that was You've Just Got Mail.
I thought it was Phil Fox mailbox.
Yeah.
You've just got mail on the Phil Fox mailbox.
All right. So yesterday, Kane and I were talking for a little bit about our thoughts on getting the fuck out of LA.
Yeah.
And
you might have been the smartest one out of the three of us.
And Coletta.
And Michael. Mm-hmm.
And Nevi, she's kind of between the two?
No, she lives in Seattle.
Yeah,
Does
okay.
she?
Yeah.
You know,
So
Monica
Monica
and I were talking about possibly getting a place. I've talked to her about getting a place down here in LA. I've talked to Randy Valero from Boston, who moved out here. I think he's crashing with Jeff Dye right now. But yeah, I'm debating between, do I want to, because I'm between staying here at Sean's, and then I've been going to Phoenix a lot, and I crash out there. And I'm just trying to decide, which I got to figure it out here in the next month or so. But do I want to come back here? Do I want to go to Vegas?
I was going to say, I have just because I feel like you work the road a lot, and when I say road, I mean like good stuff, like you go to comedy clubs and you play comedy clubs, and I feel like you do that. Well, I mean, you don't do fucking podunk town bars, I mean, you may, but I feel like you're, I don't want to say those people are crap that do that, but you're
those people.
Comics. I feel like you're at a higher caliber, and I think that you're a good comic, Jay.
Thanks.
You're a good working comic, buddy.
That would mean so much more if it was coming from someone else,
like a booker,
somebody that was funny. Oh, Phil.
So what I guess my point boiling down to it is,
what the fuck?
I feel like you could do everything you want to do and be in your fucking heaven. I feel like you could go to Boston and you could live in Boston and you could what did you say?
I said you mean dead.
Fuck. Yeah, dude, it's like so I like, and you can talk on your situation too, Kane. Like I look at it like I'm good on the West Coast. Like I do Oregon, I do Washington, I do California. It's like not here in LA.
No.
But
San Diego,
right, Sacramento, exactly. So West Coast, I not to sound like an asshole, but I have it on lock. I'm good in Phoenix, and there's a shit ton of clubs in Phoenix. Las Vegas has like 7 clubs right now, and they're opening like 3 more. I heard.
Yeah.
I was talking to Kelly McFarland last time I was in Boston when Kane was supposed to come out and feature for me, but canceled for some reason. Just get you fucking amped up. But yeah, Kelly was like, "Come out to the East Coast. Move back here to Boston. You can make a great living on the East Coast." And I do love Boston, but then it's like I also I've always said, like, I can live anywhere as long as I got a roof over my head. Vegas, though, is the cost of living is cheap. Like, I got a buddy that has a 4-bedroom, like, dope house that he pays $1,400 a month. 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
And you think you get a roommate or something? Fuck, dude. Cost of living.
Is it a faster drive? It's
4 hours.
It's a faster drive from Vegas to LA than it is from Phoenix to
Phoenix
LA,
is
right?
like 6 hours, Vegas like 4. Yeah. Also, flying out of Vegas is probably the cheapest city you can fly out of. When I went to Skyline in Wisconsin, it was literally $400 more to fly out of Phoenix or LA than it was than Vegas. So I went to Vegas and flew out of there, literally.
Whoa.
So I don't know. It's like, and then I think about, like, being around. I'm also like around my buddies. Like, Kane and Sean are here. I got buddies in Seattle. Seattle. I mean, like, I've always said, like, Seattle but I hate not the scene, but like, I like Tacoma, the Tacoma scene.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, Vegas's comedy scene, that's another thing. It's on fire, dude. It's, like, got a really good scene. Phoenix has a great scene. It's so I just got to figure out what the fuck I want to do.
This is the only place, and I was telling another comic this. Holly, I was talking with Holly Brown, who you should have on this one. She'd be really good on it. But we were talking about, because she's started here. So she doesn't know what it's like somewhere else. And I've told her, performing in New York, San Diego, Oregon, in like big city type scenes.
Yeah.
Oregon, Seattle. And when you go up there in any one of those cities, someone will see you, have some sort of show, and ask you to be on it if they like you, if you do well.
Right.
And no quid pro quo. They're not asking anything from you. They just want to have you on the show because they like you. You come here, it's not that at all. They're like, well, I mean, I'll put you on, but what do you got?
Yeah.
Do you have anything I can also be a part of?
If you really want to make an example out of me, you could say the last show that I just did was the first show that I did in quite some time, and a comic there immediately after I got done doing the jokes I do. A comic walked right up to me and was like, "Hey, I have a show in Tacoma. You want to come do it? After, whatever, in a few weeks or something." So it's like,
Did that guy
he
just start?
doesn't know me. Saw me for the first time ever, and then give me a show immediately. Huh, Jay?
I said,
what?
Did he just start?
No, he's been producing a show for a while.
So
I'm just saying that is how easy it is, though. You know what I mean? Almost any show that you do, at least up here. Because there are so many shows up here in the Northwest right now. It's insane. I don't go out at all, and I still see them advertised everywhere. It's just the opportunities are crazy for stage time. So if you're trying to, like, build an act, like, I think it's way more feasible to get the work done in a smaller town than trying to. I don't know what the fuck you do in LA. I mean,
you do this, but you also can do this anywhere.
Yeah, like I was talking to Brett Ernst, who moved to Ohio. And he was, he was almost like a fucking motivational speech he was giving me. He was like, "Dude, there's no gatekeepers. You don't have to be in LA anymore." He's like, "I auditioned via video." He's like, "I recorded my last special. I put it up for free on YouTube." He's like, "I put everything up on YouTube," and I'm like, "Fuck, Andrew Schultz, look at what he's doing."
Yeah.
Fuck, he just released a special yesterday that I think was it's a 35-minute all crowd work special that he just was like, "Fuck it," and put it up.
In my time doing stand-up, I've done 2 albums now. The first one I self-produced before living here, and the second one I had help while being down here. But the process of that, I could have gone back up and then had a great recording and then sent it to the people because I went through 800 Pound Gorilla. They're not even located out here.
Yeah.
So the only reason I got this set is because I had a hookup at a comedy club, and it was Corey Craig who helped me out, and he does the Comedy Bean shows at the Ice House. But I could have done that show at Tacoma Comedy Club or the Underground back in Seattle or Helium or wherever and in the West Coast and had pretty much the same result. So I didn't need to be here to do that, and that's the craziest thing. So when you think about that,
right,
you're like, well, is Phil and Mike dumb for leaving because the opportunity is here, or are they the smart ones?
Yeah.
And we're stupid for staying out here.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't think anybody will ever challenge you on that.
I mean, they used to say you move when you have what's it that you have to move for something? That's when you should move. When you're like you have to, they want you, something like that. I remember talking to Nate, and he was saying, when you are like the top in your market, so to speak. And I'm not saying there's many comics in Seattle that are fucking great, and I'm not saying I was the top comic, but I was at the parlor.
Well, I think you can also say that there's many people that are the top of their market, right? It's not just one person. I think there can be a handful or the 10% or whatever.
I felt like at the time, the reason I moved down here is I was like, I'd been at the parlor for 3 years. Working for Ruben was fucking the worst. And I just was like, I felt like I was kind of at a ceiling. And I always, like in everything I've always done, I always am striving to keep progressing. And I felt like I was at a ceiling. And so, but coming down, I don't know if coming down here, because we've talked about it's so hard coming up with new shit down here. I don't know why. And I don't know if I definitely haven't progressed as much as I was when I was in Seattle, as far as like, coming up with new shit, or in Boston too. Is like, and I don't know if it's the stage time is better or what. I mean, it definitely is, but I don't know what it pinpoint what the one thing is.
I'll tell you this though, there was when I started in Seattle, there was that 7-year chunk. That I had for seven years straight in stand-up, I was having the time of my life because we had shows we were getting booked on, but we also had the open mics to go to. We were fucking tagging each other's shit up. We would hang out at the clubs late into the night, well after the show has been over, and that lasted for 7 years.
Yeah.
Then
don't you think also though that that's kind of the honeymoon phase of your comedy career?
But here's the thing: is I haven't had that here. And for one chunk of time, I did have it, and that's when you were here, Phil was here, Coletta was here, Monica was here. Everybody came back. We had our own little isolated area, and then we met a bunch of new guys in the scene because we had to get into it and meet those people. So
Ken Gar, Lowy,
Gar, Lowy, Jacob Givens, and so we would meet up and hang out, but we wouldn't hang out the same way. So there was this finite amount of time, and then that time lasted for so long until everyone is kind of in it for themselves out here to a degree.
I mean, I'll have to say that I never really, big reason why it didn't work out. I never really got anything going or even really put as much effort as I could have put into it when I lived down there. But, I will say it just always seemed, though, like from the outside looking in, that everybody was always so concerned and so busy with being busy. They're trying to work on the next thing, or I want to do this. I want to write a script, or I want to do commercial auditions, and I'm doing an improv troupe, and I'm doing stand up there tonight, and I want to be in a play. Like it felt like people are just got to do a podcast. So I'm going to go film a sketch, video, viral video. It's like I don't think there's really opportunities there to have those close friendships. I think you're all acquaintances and you're business people. It's literally more about the business of being funny than it is just having a good time and fucking around and being funny. Exactly.
Also
right.
tell them what you said. Louis J. Gomez had said to you.
He was just like, he's like, I don't know how you do comedy out here. He just was. Because he gets. I mean, I've been there. I've done shows with him out in New York, and you come out here and it's just a complete different thing. And he's like, other than being at certain big name shows, but everybody's said it. We're like, there's no, unless you're crazy famous.
Yeah.
There's no work, and so I've just been everybody I've been having a conversation with lately over the last few months. And it's any one random comedian that I talk to, they're all sick of it out here. Because, and I think a big thing of it is, it's what are you doing, like you said. So if you're not doing anything, you seem less important. Nobody gives a shit. I actually had somebody.
When you say that, do you mean like if you're just focused on one thing, like stand-up,
Right.
for instance?
Well, like
it's like, oh, that's all you do?
Like if I'm on a show, I don't normally post posters of me on certain shows unless they're really asking, like, we need some people, and I know I can maybe get a few people out there, but that's in select areas. So for the most part, I don't really post that much about what I'm doing because I don't feel the need to constantly. And so somebody out here, I mean, it's very surface level. They're like, so do you do comedy anymore? Because I'm not out there going, look, I'm doing comedy. It's important to me.
And you don't even have a Facebook. You know,
I know. People think I'm dead for the most part.
Yeah, tell them what DeRosa was saying.
Oh, yeah, DeRosa's the same thing. And the funniest thing about DeRosa is DeRosa's on television. He's on hit TV shows, and he doesn't like it out here doing stand-up because it's not the same.
You know,
he was a New York guy, though, too, first, right? Yeah.
It's like I think both of you guys have known. Like I've added one more part to it. For the longest, when people say like, "Oh, what's your ideal scenario?" and I've always said like, I love Bill Burr's career before the cartoon. Not saying that takes away, but I didn't. Before the cartoon, I'm like he does the best rooms. He's respected by comics. His audiences love him, or the people that love him, and he does some acting, but it's always like bit parts, and it's never a stretch. Like you don't like, oh, I fucking totally forgot that's Bill Burr. The thing I added to that is, as far as like my comedy is, I just want as many people as possible to see my comedy.
Yeah.
And so when I think of it in that way, I look at like Kev on stage. Like Kevin has like 3+ million followers across social media, but he's doing a lot of shit here in LA, but he could fucking do that anywhere. Yeah. Like, he booked his own tour 2 years in a row, sold out these one-nighters, like 90 one-nighters, these churches, and yeah, man, like
91?
What?
91 one-nighters?
Yeah, 90, 91, 92, something like that.
Oh, okay. We said 91 nighters. I didn't know if it was 90. That's impressive. 90 is okay, but 91 is like, you're breaking barriers.
Wait, why is that more impressive than 90?
Because it's one extra night.
But why is that so impressive? Like, so much different than just the 90? You fucking idiot. So yeah, I mean, like I'm thinking maybe I should go to another scene like Vegas. Vegas is like, man, I'm really thinking about Vegas, and just keep doing my thing and doing my own shit and putting out my own shit until I have to move LA or New York, And if that never happens, then it never happens. Oh, God, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's okay. You go to Vegas and get lucky, baby. Winner, winner, Popeye's chicken dinner.
You guys like chicken dinners?
Like chicken sandwiches?
And what's your thoughts on like moving?
Move. Get out of here.
No, I mean for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm moving. I'm going to...
You are definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to leave. I don't.
What about Kelsey? She's staying.
No, yeah, she's got way more shit out here. But no, she wants to move too. She's sick of it. She's kind of sick of the entire concept of. I mean, and you look at her; she gets a lot of work, and she's still like, I need more, because we had more before we came out here, and now
really,
yeah. For sure.
In Seattle?
Well, that's the whole game, though, right? It's just always the pursuit of more.
Just more work, just more feeling like more shows, more chance to progress faster and work material, and make it stronger, and feel good about a set instead of walking up to an open mic and randomly being like, I guess I have an idea. What else? Yeah. It's just, and I don't feel that connection to stand up out here the same way I do when I leave.
That's so true.
So, do you think it would be a better move if you guys were to go somewhere else, like to a New York or Chicago or something?
I don't know how that's any of your business.
Because we're fucking talking about it right now, Kane. Jay asked you. No, answer the fucking question.
I wouldn't move to New York.
Maybe people that are listeners are a fan of yours and they want to see where you're going.
I wouldn't move.
Maybe they want to come see you where you move.
Well,
do you think about that?
He's trying to answer you.
Yeah. I I mean, I might move.
Come after me.
I'm
the fuck out of here.
Okay, he got me there.
You just get up and leave.
No, I mean, get the fuck out of LA. Get the fuck out of here. Oh God.
Oh boy. Sometimes you think he has you.
Yeah.
It falls apart immediately.
Anyway, sorry.
So anyway, no, New York is. It's just not. I thought it was, and I've been there a bunch of times now, and it's just not my place. It's just. It's not what I thought it was, and maybe I don't know. I don't know what that says about me, but that is just not my. I like the scene. I just couldn't live in the city. It's exhausting.
Yeah, that I don't like in the summer. The hot garbage piss smell.
Yeah,
I'm done. Going down in the fucking hot. I hate being hot.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I'm fucking
Sure.
So Vegas, the AC will be on 24/7.
So you try to live in California, and then you spend a lot of time in Arizona.
Yeah, smart.
Good decisions.
Yeah. And then you're going to go to the actual desert where it's like 115 degrees during the
I hear
summer.
Vegas
but
is great.
You hate places that are hot.
I mean, dude, but I've never done stand up in the city, but everybody loves Denver. Which I hear has a great scene. Austin supposedly has a great scene. Chicago. But comedy wise, like, again, Vegas has like, I think 7 clubs and they're opening 3 more. 10 clubs in a fucking little area, and if you're local, that you can fucking for fallouts and shit like that, dude. Yeah. And like the scene's great. Ty Rivera lives there. Spencer James, fucking Trix is talking about moving there. DJ Sandu's moving there. There's some other people. Butch Bradley has a residency there. Fucking Samuel J. Cromrow. Yeah, he has a residency Monday through Wednesday at LA Comedy Club. It's just fuck, man. I'm like,
nice.
I don't know. It looks more and more appetizing, so to speak.
I would move to San Diego. Maybe I don't know about Vegas, but Vegas is not some place I spend a lot of time in. So Kelsey loves Vegas, so maybe Vegas might be in the cards. But out of here.
Yeah.
I've done.
How about San Diego just for the fact that that's paradise, man.
San Diego
is the best. I fucking love it.
San Diego's pretty.
So beautiful.
The weather's fucking great. It's close to the water.
I love the beach.
You got 3 clubs there?
They got 3 clubs. American Comedy Company is cool.
Oh, 4th. You got 4 then.
Yeah.
Comedy Palace, Madhouse, American Comedy Club, and the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So you can work a lot out there. Plus, there's a ton of independent shows.
Oh, shit.
Zoltan and Dustin Nickerson, they're out there, and they talk about how they have the same kind of setup as Seattle, where you can go to a mic or you can go to a independently run show, and you're gonna have a crowd, and they're gonna be hot, and it's gonna be great, and they're gonna be forgiving when you're working out new material, and instead of sitting there judging you on industry night. What I love most about going to clubs out here during industry panels, or if it's not even industry panel, it's just a random show night and some industry happen to be there, it completely ruins the mood for everyone on that show. Yeah. They immediately get tight. The audience feels that energy, so they get tight. Plus, all they see is comedy. Yeah. So they're there to watch new comedy and find like the new rising star, and the night is just god awful. And I always shoot myself in the foot at those things because I'm so not interested in that. Yeah. So when I walk up there, I did that at fucking, and it's so funny because I've met the booker of the Tonight Show, and he came to my wedding, but before I got to know him, Gar had let everybody know that he was there one night at the Improv, and everybody was just no one was rooting for anybody. And I was trying to be like, and Pete Lee was there, and he was working out his Tonight Show set. And this is the first time I saw Pete Lee, and now I'm friends with Pete. He was also at my wedding, and so we're there. I got married, and so I remember being there, and
I guess my invitation I think got lost in the mail.
I sent it to Sam's address. So
okay.
So you were going to be her +1. Ended up being her +9.
Yeah.
Aww.
So anyway, so he says that, and the night's just kind of shit. And so I get up there, and the first words out of my mouth are, "Oh, Tonight Show booker's here."
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was like, "Ugh." So I think Avery was playing the piano. I'm like, "Will you just play something during my joke so it doesn't feel like a complete and total bomb?" So he plays a tune during my 3 minutes, and I ate shit. It didn't go well, but I had to go oh, the Tonight Show booker.
Fucking
Yeah. And then he came to my wedding, so it was cool. Did you guys know?
And he went like this. I got married. I'm married.
I never got a chance to say congratulations, though. Congratulations,
fuck, dude.
Kane.
I just sorry to just cut you off. We never even talked about the wedding prank.
No, we never did.
Do you have 10 minutes left, Phil? Can you do 10 minutes?
Sure. For this, of course. I did say congratulations just now.
Yeah, we heard you.
Still didn't say thank you.
How was that spicy chicken
You're welcome.
sandwich?
You dick. God, you dick.
So the prank, the wedding prank. You know what I'm talking about, Phil?
Do you want to close on this?
Yeah.
Close on it.
Well, and you know what I'm talking about, right, Phil?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
remember the story. Yeah. Well, why don't we make this week's worthless and worthy? Why don't we just make it this worthy and worthless? We'll make it a worthy worthless combo because it could be worthless to some people in the story,
Yeah, some
but worthy to others.
Some people did find it worthless.
yes.
Yes. So, well, yeah, we'll let you take it away.
Okay. So for those that don't know, when Kane and Kelsey got married, they didn't have groomsmen or bridesmaids. So they get married. Now we're at the reception. We've already eaten. We have eaten. Ugh, that was my fucking. I can't. I'm like in my head. I'm like, we ate.
We already have aided.
We've eaten. We have ate. We ate. You can't say
G?
we ate.
G yet?
yet? All right. Anyways, we have eaten. And
Ate food.
don't fuck me up. So they go, okay, we're going to start with the toasts. And first up is Kane's best friend, Jay Hollingsworth. So, and by the way, I don't know this. I don't know if I've told you this part of it. So, well, here, I'll tell you in a sec. Remind me to remind you, or remind me about Sean. So, I go up there, I do a toast. I'm saying these random things. I'll put the clip up, you know, or you can find it on my YouTube.
And were you the first one,
Yes,
Jay, or
I
was this
the
like
first
after
one.
quite a few?
I'm the
Okay.
very first one. And
So
I
open it up to everybody. Here comes Jay.
so I end it with saying, okay, first of all, last thing, where are we doing merch? Because we're all comics, get it?
Killed. It was
And
great.
I go, and the second thing I go, I want to present something to you both. It's for both of you, a little more for Kane, but for both of you. 1 second, let me go get it. And then I walked out and got in my car and drove home.
Yeah.
Now, so you know, I don't know if you know.
So anticipation's building in the room.
Yeah. So
right.
So first of all, this idea to do this came while we were eating. I don't know if I told you this.
No. Oh, okay. I thought you had pre-planned it.
No.
Oh.
We were eating, and Sean, to his credit, I don't know how he said it, but he brought up the idea. And he was like laughing about it, like there's no way we would do it. But he's like, I think he basically just said, he's like, God, how funny would it be if you just left, and or I don't know if he said during the toast or whatever. And we started laughing, and he was, but when he said it literally like, yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, because that's what Sean does. Sean doesn't then pull the trigger on stuff like that.
Yeah.
He just presents it. Hey, wouldn't that be funny? And then that's it. It's the idea.
It's the
idea of it.
Sean wasn't the class clown. He's the guy that would tell the class clown what to do.
Yeah, and then
he's the brains behind it.
He's the puppet master
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
It was probably also prefaced with, "Dude, I don't want to fucking be here anymore."
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fucking funny?
Yeah.
If we just fucking said we got a present.
Weddings do,
and then left.
weddings do suck.
So once he said that, I'm like, okay. And then we start thinking about it. We're talking about it, and then we're like, okay, well, we got to record me doing it, and then also the reaction. So we pull Anthony and his girl out, Anthony Calderon, another buddy of ours, and I tell Anthony, I'm like, you can't fucking tell anybody, Anthony, but this is what we're going to do, and you got to record it. And he was like, all right, cool. So I do the toast. Hold on 1 sec. Let me go get this other gift. And then we get in the car. Like, as soon as that door shuts, that we go out of the main room, we fucking ran to the car. We're taking off our coats. We run. And to the point where Sean's like, I'm going to change, but let's get ways away. So we drive. And I think maybe 5 minutes after we left, I got a text first from Pete Lee, and he just had like crying emoji. He was like, ha ha ha, crying emoji. And I responded, I love you, brother. I'll see you soon or something. and I sent him my GPS coordinates so he could see that I was no longer there.
Yeah.
And then he responded, "No fucking way." And I said, "You got to commit to the bit, bro." And then I got a text from Mike Corning, and I think also what's his name? Fucking God, I can't believe I can't think of his name now. Our old running buddy, your tall, skinny
Sean.
Yeah, Sean Anderson. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Sean texted me too. And then I think maybe 7 to 10 minutes later, I finally get a text from you with just, "Did you Irish goodbye us?" ? And I was like, and I responded with "Yep," and then my GPS coordinates, and then he sent me 3 texts. "I love you."
Yes.
and so that was everything on my end. And then I put up a video that I was like, "Oh, this is going to go viral." And it got like 70 views.
Isn't it? That's such bullshit, too. Because you're like,
I fucking put so much time into it and everything.
Did you guys film yourselves when you were leaving
Yes.
and
Sean,
getting in the car on top of the other video?
Sean filmed me doing the toast. Anthony filmed me doing the toast. And then Sean filmed us leaving, filmed me walking out the door. And then as soon as that happens, I have the video cut to Anthony filming Kane and Kelsey the whole time.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't watched the video? Thanks.
No, I didn't even know about it.
Oh, great.
I didn't
Thanks
know.
for the support. All right. So I want to know.
I guess you did a great job promoting it.
You both got each other.
I mean, I did. I thought I did. I mean, I posted it. I was like, "Hey, watch this." So I wanted to know, like, your side of it. What was going on your side?
So when you walked out.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me say this. And I have this in the video. As soon as I walk out, Kane jokingly was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if he left?"
Yeah, and then I also said he probably died.
Yeah.
And
Also, who is Jay to ever get something so large or grandiose of a gift that he would have to go outside to go
that's
get
what
it?
I mean, that was the thing I was
when you really
thinking.
think about it.
So here's what my first thought was.
Sorry, it's not a 2-for gift. Hey, hey, Kane, I got you a gift. The expiration date is
for your next
birthday.
wedding anniversary.
It's your wedding / Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So it kind of was one of those gifts that can last all year.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've told the story now a bunch of times, and so what's funny about when you walk out, I'm like, Jesus Christ. So that means that it's in the hallway, and then you didn't come back right away. So I'm like, okay, it's in his car.
Right. That's what I was hoping people were thinking.
And I'm like, fucking this idiot got up and realized he had left this gift that he had practiced, like, here's how the speech is going to go, and then here's how the gift is going to be presented. And he, being a big, dumb idiot, he left it in his fucking car. And then I'm thinking, since it's taking so long, he parked so fucking far away.
I love that you just keep adding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so he's still walking to the car. And
He's got a bad knee.
And like he's doing it to rub it in.
Yeah. And then, so then it hit me when people started leaving and couldn't find you. That's when it hit me like, okay, this is part of it. Him taking this long is part of the toast, and when he comes back, the buildup will have led to one of the greatest punchlines that Jay will ever deliver.
But at this point, you still think I'm coming back?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So why would you leave my wedding?
What kind of animal does that?
Yeah. So then, Aaron Kirby and
Coletta.
Mike, and Coletta and Anthony all leave to go find you. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ. And now I'm doing the thing that, because we're in the middle of the room. So all eyes are on us. And they're also thinking, like, what do you guys think of this situation? You can tell everybody is sympathetic towards our plight. Because they're like, what the fuck? So I just started teasing you. I started shitting on that you're dead outside.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Pete.
Doing some crowd work.
Yeah, Pete, would you like to close out the set?
Yeah.
And shit like that. And then when all 3 of them came back in, it hit me, oh, he's gone. So I said, all right, let's move on to the next one. But I wasn't 100% certain that you had left. I had an inkling
Right.
that you had Irish goodbye because what we find funny is Irish goodbying people.
Yes.
Irish goodbying clubs, Irish goodbying parties.
Phone calls.
We just hang up on each other, and we don't call each other back for maybe we call each other back immediately, or it's been days since we last heard from that person.
You got to commit to it. And that's the biggest thing we always say. Like, anytime where we've done like one of those Irish goodbye things and you've come back, or one of us has come back, you're like, no, you spoiled it. You ruined it.
And what's even funnier is to explain that to somebody. That's
not a comic.
To be on the phone, like to my sister who hates when I just hang up on her. There's nothing funnier. There is nothing funnier in this world than having somebody be in the middle of explaining something, or you just said to them, no, what was that? And then they start talking and you hang up on them. Or you're on the other end of it.
You know how badly I just want to end my Skype phone call with you right now?
That would be so great.
Don't do it.
Or when you are in the middle of it and you're the one being hung up on.
Oh, yeah.
That's just as fucking
it's
funny.
great.
So when you do that when you explain it, because I was explaining that to Summer, that's my favorite thing in the world is to hang up on somebody midway through. And as she's about to say, you guys are so, I just hung up on her.
God, that's
and
so great.
she hated it. She hated it. So I had the idea that, okay, I think he left, because that is something that he would do and I would find funny. Maybe not Kelsey, but I definitely would find that funny. So the rest of the toasts go on. Everybody has a great opener, which is to make fun of.
And I heard you guys, like, people were playing the Jeopardy music and
the
shit.
DJ was.
Well,
Wait,
because they were like, because I had heard the story before, Jay.
I heard
from the horse's mouth.
I heard the story, Jay. You're a loser.
Yeah.
You're a loser, Jay. So
you fucking big equine.
Okay. So anyway,
What the fuck is that? Dude, what kind of racial slur is that?
yeah.
It's a horse joke.
What kind of horse is it? Say it again.
I called you an equine.
Is that a real horse?
I don't know.
A Mustang, a Bronco,
An equine? Is
an
that a real horse?
equestrian. Equine.
We're gonna look this up.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be a thing on the next podcast.
Equine.
Email in.
Equine.
Email in to the Phil
It's like
Fox mailbox.
Yeah, that's like a Christopher Walken you got going there.
Yeah.
Equine.
Equine. All right, sorry.
So anyway, then it's Kelsey's best friend. She shits on you to start hers, and then it's her brother, and he's not much of the teasing kind, so he doesn't really go after you pretty hard. But it's my sister who drills it home. First of all, she's pregnant, and she's almost about to pop, and she's wearing this big dress. And she says, I'm wearing Jay's shirt.
Yeah.
She just immediately trashes Jay. And then she tells a really funny story about how Kelsey can't handle even listening to scary stories, let alone see a scary movie. And so it's her. She kills. She destroys. And I was really proud of her. But I had to get to the bottom of this thing. So as soon as the toasts were over and we did the dances, she danced with her dad and I danced with my mom. I immediately ran to where I had my phone and I texted you, did you Irish goodbye my wedding? And you then yes, and then I said, I knew it. Like in my head, I was like, I fucking knew it. And then I thought, wow, that's fucking great. So yes, then I text separately, I love you. And then the rest of the wedding was people coming up to me, asking me what the hell happened. So for most of that time, I'd be on the dance floor, and people would be like, where's Jay? They're dancing. They're like dancing, trying to have a good time. And they're like, but where did Jay go? And I'm like, he left. And then I didn't want to explain it anymore.
Yeah, dude. And then that just sets so many questions in their head, especially if they're not a comic.
Right.
Wait, he left?
Even comics were like, he left. And I'm like, yeah, he left. So then,
you just keep going.
So I kept dancing and like hanging out or whatever. I'm like going to the bar, getting a drink, eating my food. And they're like, but why did he leave? I'm like, oh, he Irish goodbye to the wedding. They're like, how do you feel about that? And I'm like, this is really funny. And I just go back to dancing and not really giving them any more information other than that. But then a couple of comics were like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I wish I would have thought of this for one of his things, but he'll never get married, so I can never do this to him. So he's got me. The only thing running through my head right now is, when can I do something that's comparable or better than this? And now that's the thing that I have to deal with. But it's funny how to have like everyone some comics were like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And other people were just like, so is he like your last minute friend that you had to get? And he just was like, yeah, I've done my time. I'm out of here. Or he couldn't. Some people were like, did he not find it?
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, no, he had it the whole time.
Dude, I've had about 3 or 4 comics on the road and like staff members at different clubs who follow me for whatever. We're like, dude, that's the most brilliant thing. That's genius. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh shit. All right. Yeah, it was fucking. Yeah. And it all
takes a lot of balls.
All because of Sean's just little fucking, wouldn't that? And then, yes, that would. So that
all the times that we think about, it's like, I mean, there's so many times where we're just, and I hope we do get to a degree of celebrity or fame or money where we can do the things we say, like slap your phone out of your hand, step on it, or huck it into the water, and then just buy you a new phone because we think it's funny.
Yes.
Because that is funny to us. Or if you have your
I think what's crazy, too, is like it's such a bold move that, sure, you would do it in a regular event or something, like, going out to dinner or a birthday party, but like
it would be so
the thought of doing it at somebody's wedding though is fucking that's crazy. It's just a big move.
Oh, dude, I mean, and just like examples of like King was saying, it would be great if we were just destroy each other's phone because we have the money to cover it. On a smaller scale, an example of us doing that, me, you, and Sean, when we went to the Chinese restaurant. And the fortune cookies?
Yes, that's right.
So the original Panda Express is called it's called Panda. It's something. It's here in Pasadena, the founding one. You got to go here in a sec.
Yeah.
So they give you for dessert, or like at the end, they give you fortune cookies, but their fortune cookies are dipped in white chocolate, and they're fucking.
Shit!
They're amazing, dude. So they came and they gave me, Kane and Sean each one. Kane and I both ate ours, and then I fucking fist smashed Sean's right in front of him. And then he got another one.
Yeah, then he got another one, and I smashed that one. So he never got a chance to actually eat one. So then they saw us like laughing and having a good time, but they didn't know why. So they just brought more fortune cookies. And even Shawnee's like, I have to smash one. So no one got a second round of.
That's
he didn't
funny.
get his first round. We just kept smashing each other's fortune cookies.
Yeah, and then in Boston, my favorite Sean story, you got to try Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Yes.
Do you know about this one?
Well,
we're in Boston.
I feel like I was there for that.
Were you?
Is this when he got the coffee and then just
threw it
away, right?
Yeah. Were you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, I like Starbucks. I'm like, nah, dude, try Dunkin' Donuts. Here, I'll get you one. I get him the large. He takes a sip and goes, yeah, that's great. And then fucking throws it in the garbage of Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, so fucking great.
Or the best
and goes, let's go get Starbucks.
The best Sean thing ever is when we were talking about, I was talking about liking the Mariners song that Macklemore did. And he went on this 2-3 minute story about how he got to see the Mariners, the game that Macklemore is singing about with his dad before he died, and how every year now he'll buy 2 tickets and 2 beers, and he'll sit that beer on that empty chair every year when he goes to Safeco, now T-Mobile Park. And he got all of us, except at one point I look at him, and then it hits me. Oh, he made that up. That's not real.
His dad's alive.
His dad's been alive. His dad's alive right now, still to this day. And we didn't know how to react at first until I was like, he's fucking lying. Yeah.
It was because of Ray, because Ray was shitting on him shitting on you for liking Macklemore or something.
No, he was. Sean was.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, I like the Mariners. He's like, you don't like the Mariners, and I'm like, yes, I do. And he goes, not like me, and makes up this whole story just to prove me wrong.
Oh, dude, it was fucking brilliant.
That's the group dynamic.
Oh yeah.
So to have Jay leave my wedding, people are really confused by it. But it's like, it's so. It's
the ultimate.
It's so not that much out there in my understanding of what I find funny in this group of people. Like, I understand it immediately. Other people are horrified.
Yeah.
For me.
That's why I said it was for both of you, but a little bit more for you.
More for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you top it? How do you top something of that magnitude?
Irish goodbye at my funeral. next week.
I just won't come.
Yeah, I just won't show up.
Oh fuck! All right, so that'll be that's the Worthy and Worthless, my fucking Irish
That's the
goodbye.
Worthy and Worthless. This is a long one.
That's all right. Plug our shit. Go ahead.
Oh, you can follow me at Kane Holloway on Instagram.
And Red Art.
And at Seeing Red Art, if you want to pick up any of my my nerdy art shit. I'm doing all of September. I'm doing Stephen King related art. I just did a whole thing about
Nice.
it. And
About what?
Pennywise. Pennywise the clown. Pennywise the dancing clown. And then you listen to my other nerd podcast. Well, actually, podcast for nerds who think they know everything.
And do you have any shows you want to plug?
If you're in the Seattle area, the end of September. Actually, this is coming out this week. So September 6th, I'm going to be at Whiskers and Crumbs in Los Angeles. And then if I'm not on this show anytime soon, the end of September 26th through the 28th, I'm going to be at the Seattle Underground. So come out to any of those.
Phil?
I should come see you. Hey, big announcement. Well, we got to start pumping this up. So the HollingsWorthless podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be again. We did talk about it before, but we're going to be at the Big Pine Comedy Festival in Flagstaff.
Oh shit, that's awesome!
On September 18th, and I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, Phil got a ticket.
Live,
That's
baby.
great. I'll
tell you
So
about it.
yeah, so come on out and see the live recording of this
Sean's
podcast.
coming out too. Sean's coming out.
Oh, that'll be a good fun
Perfect.
weekend.
And we're gonna have a guest. I don't know who the guest is yet because there's a few I gave. I have an idea who it might be.
We should just have We should just have them roll through. We should do a long one. You can cut it up into different episodes, and we should have people just come on by, stop by, and talk for a while, and then because you said we have the place for like 3 hours. So.
All right. Let me see. This is out tomorrow. So tonight, if you're listening to this on Wednesday, I'll be at Stand Up Live in Phoenix. Saturday, I'll be doing the Doug Benson's 420 show, doing a spot on that at the I'm not sure where it's at. It's one of the Phoenix clubs.
It's at 420, right?
Yeah, it's at 420. It might be Stand Up Live or Tempe Improv. I'm not sure. And then not this weekend, but next, I'll be at the Comedy Underground, Seattle Comedy Underground. Phil, I'm coming up.
Nice, buddy.
Nice. Manny is featuring Manny Martin. And
the 7th and 8th, huh?
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice.
Hopefully, it won't be 1,000 degrees like it was last time I was there.
It's 90 today, but yeah.
Dope.
We'll
Can't
see.
wait. All right. I think that's it.
All right.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
If a person fucking listens to this till the end, you deserve a prize. Your prize is to go to iTunes and rate or review this podcast. Give it 5 stars, you motherfuckers. Fucking say something nice. Oh, you fucks. I'm dying right now. You motherfuckers. I've been doing this fucking piece of shit for 5 years. I'm averaging about 2 fucking reviews a year. Go fucking write some, you motherfuckers. Oh, fuck.
That is the realest I've ever heard you.
God.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?